What's going on, guys? Boy, Joey672 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over training camp today. Another day in the books for the Philadelphia Eagles. And 35,000 fans showed at the open practice at Lincoln Financial, which was great. I love the crowd. Saw a lot of videos today. Looked absolutely amazing. So let's get straight to the news. And want to start off to get this out of the way. Dallas Goedert leaves training camp with trainers to the back, does not return. Apparently, people were saying he was in a air cast on his arm, and apparently he broke his arm. No reports have officially came out on it, but this could be a problem. And if no reporters are coming out saying, oh yeah, well he's fine, he got nicked up, but he's all right. You know how the normal guys usually say that. This wasn't even said at all. So I'm thinking, yeah, he probably did break his arm. Something did happen. I want to get you guys prepared for this. If this is the case, 6 to 8 weeks, okay? Just think about it. Hold on. Just think about it. 6 to 8 weeks, okay? You got 3 weeks of preseason left. You get another week before the fucking Atlanta Falcon game. You get the Atlanta Falcon game. You get the next game after that, the next game. So By week 2 to week 4, Dallas Goedert will be back. Thank God it wasn't a knee injury, a leg injury. If he broke his arm, he broke his arm. I'm putting my mindset in that direction that something did happen to him and he broke something. Okay? So we're not fucked. We're not screwed. He's a great player and we're going to get him back. We didn't lose him to the season. You know what I mean? So we're fine. I was pissed off this morning. I have to be honest. I was really fucking pissed when I heard the news this morning. But I understand now. Doug is going to do whatever he has to do. Okay, we got Richard Rodgers. That's a veteran tight end. Not better than Dallas Goedert, but a guy that could produce with for what's around him, he could produce. Okay, he's not that guy that's going to be the star on his own. He needs the help. Brent Selk is still a free agent. And if that's not the case, Doug will know if it's not going to work. And if Doug knows it's not going to work, a move will be made. And if Doug knows it's going to work, we have to trust his judgment. And that's fine. We're not screwed because he lost Dallas Goedert. We're fine. Zach Ertz had a fucking fantastic camp. Not worried about it. Got enough to go around. Trust me. So we'll get back to that in another video. But just wanted to talk about that real quick. Speaking of Zach Ertz, came back. I think he was off for about 3 days. Came back today, had an excellent day, catching balls left and right. So he's ready. Don't know how much more they're going to play him in preseason, but Zach Ertz has just had an amazing camp, a healthy camp. So, you know what I mean? If he needs a rest here and there, I don't blame them for resting him. But, you know, you want to keep him healthy for the opener, so that's really important. Carson Wentz was held out of the 11-on-11s again. Now, this is kind of this is what's going to happen. They're going to sit him out the whole preseason, and as soon as the last preseason game is over, they are going to take him off, and they're going to put out a report that he can get contact and he can start hitting right after that day. I guarantee that 100% for him to start week 1. So 7-on-7s, had a session with 7-on-7s. I think he only did about 8 reps of 7-on-7s. Not much for Carson Wentz today, but threw some good passes. I think he at least got 2 pass breakups today, but had a pretty good day. Doug Pearson mentioned today that Carson Wentz is throwing a lot harder and more accurate, which, of course, duh. So that's a good thing. So we already know what the whole situation with Carson Wentz is going to be the same thing every damn day, so we might as well just talk about it every day. Jalen Mills has had what a great preseason game he had. A breakup pass. And in practice today, he had broke up a pass over Ertz. That was a perfect pass to Ertz, and Jalen Mills did the finger swiping back and forth, and kind of had some swagger going on with that. So Jalen Mills, and not even just him, but Ronald Darby as well, both had strong camps, had a strong preseason game, and they're going to be a lot more laser sharp this year than they are. You know, no one's caring about them. No one's looking at them. Other teams don't care about them. You know what I mean? So I'm excited what Jalen Mills brings to the table, and he's just continuing to have a great day, great time, and can't complain more about it. Nick Foles was a full participant today after being out and had with the muscle spasms, and he came back today. And I saw a video today on Twitter. 4th and John E-Rock recorded a video of a 50-yard bomb from Nick. So Nick Foles was pretty much already sacked, but they let the receiver and the cornerback go at it, which was Mike Wallace and Jalen Mills. Mike Wallace burned Jalen Mills for a 50-yarder, and it was just beautiful. Mike Wallace catching the ball, hitting the ground, getting back up, and the crowd went nuts. Mike Wallace, pumping his chest and just was waving his hands up. I mean, it was really exciting. Philadelphia has a deep threat. Has a deep threat, legitimately a deep threat. You're going to say, well, it was only Jalen Mills. Well, if you look at his fucking Baltimore Ravens tape, he's beaten some pretty good corners. So, and then he's not the only guy that defenses really have to worry about, but I am glad that Mike Wallace has been shining, and he has been doing phenomenally well. So can't wait to see what Mike Wallace is going to do this year. One of my favorite signings. So Matt Jones, running back Matt Jones, actually returned today. Don't know what he did. I don't think he did much. I think with his first day back, I think they went light on him. So at least now he's back on the field. We get to see him play this week, I'm guessing. So I want to kind of name some of the players that are going to be out, that were out today, just to let you guys know. So just so I don't forget anybody. Nelson Aguilar, Corey Clement, Marcus Wheaton, Donnell Pumphrey, a few no-name guys that aren't going to make the team. Sidney Jones was in for individual drills, but did not practice at all the rest of the day. Taking it easy because he had that ankle sprain, which we were all a big scare when he went down in that preseason game. So excited to say that, they just need to be fucking resting him as much as possible this week. Do the individual work, but he doesn't need to be out there going crazy. It's only week 2 of preseason. He's still got another few weeks to go to the season opener, so don't go crazy with him. So excited to see, can't wait for him to play this week. I'm guessing, he probably will play in this preseason game. I don't think they're going to hold him out for that long. It's an ankle sprain. He'll be fine. Isaac Samalo is still fucking up. Okay? I'm not going to go crazy over this. He's still snapping the fucking ball over the quarterback's head. He did it in the preseason game last week. He did it before into training camp those days, and he did it in mini camp too. So, I don't know. If he can't be a left guard, he can't snap the ball as a center, I don't know what to say about him. I think he'll make this team just because. I think Isaac Samalo will make this team just because they got no depth at center. Who else is a center? Nobody. I don't think anybody is. The right guard, Matt Pryor, the 6th-round pick from this year from TCU, hasn't gotten beaten at practice today. Today, he did not get beat. He's unbeatable. He's blocking. And he had some really good blocks. Not only him, but during that preseason game, Maliata, the rugby star, 6'7", 300, whatever the hell he is, played very well. And Maliata actually had a really good practice today, too. So, man, I really hope that this Maliata at tackle, I hope he catches on as well as Matt Pryor has gotten so much better and has become a full focal point of this offensive line with the new guys coming in. Those two guys playing very well. Maliata, how much he is, catching on quick. And then you got Matt Pryor at right guard, being Brandon Brooks' backup and seems unbeatable. So depth at offensive line, that's great. We drafted well with these two guys. Hopefully Maliata can stay on the trend and keep going. But Matt Pryor, unstoppable. Can't complain. So tackle Taylor Hart in the news today. Well, Taylor Hart, remember Taylor Hart? He is like one of the only remaining players of the Chip Kelly days. Taylor Hart came to this team as, I think, a defensive end, and then Chip Kelly changed him into an offensive tackle in his second year. He played well today. He blocked Michael Bennett pretty damn good today, from what I heard. And, we need depth at tackle badly. We do. I know Vaitai is a swing tackle, but you want Vaitai on the left side, not the right side, because he played college on the left side, and he played a lot better on the left side. Taylor Hart plays right tackle. I think they're moving him from guard to tackle, but tackle's his main spot. And if he can work out, I think he can make a roster spot this year with the depth that we need for tackle, along with Vaitai as well. If Taylor Hart can make it, good for him. He's been on practice squad long enough. He's one of the only remaining Chip Kelly guys that are on this team. And it's weird to say his name because I haven't heard it in so damn long, but we'll see what happens with him when the time comes. So I want to talk about this offense, okay? So the offense, with these running backs, so what they did was they were doing a quick offense, but they were doing like Jay Ajayi, Sproles. They were like doing a 1-2 punch with Jay Ajayi and Sproles. Well, not a punch, because Sproles doesn't really punch. He just waves right by you. So they did like little tiny, little dump passes to the right, little screen passes. They were doing stuff like that, but they were literally doing Ajayi Sproles back and forth. And I just don't want Sproles. I just don't want Doug Pearson to use Sproles so much. I mean, he's 35, 36 years old. You know what I mean? You can't run the guy down. It's his last year. Just conserve him. We need him for special teams. We need him this year. He's a big mismatch. You don't want to get him hurt early. So Josh Adams seems to not only do good in this preseason game, but he now started with the first team today. He actually started with the first team. Did a little pitch sweep to Josh Adams and totally went to the next level, being that bruiser running back. I am so fascinated by this guy. If we actually get another undrafted running back on this starting roster, wow. Good job, Joe Douglas. Good job, Howie Roseman. And that guaranteed money that he's getting is well-deserved for what he is doing. And I watched, on Twitter, if you watch Brian Baldinger's, you watch, he watches all the Eagles players, and he goes over tape, and he did a Josh Adams tape today, and said that he has a huge impact to making this team this year for what he can do. As long as he gets that lane, he finds a little bit of space where he can run straight, it's over, and he will take bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies on his back going there with him. So can't wait to see this guy play this week and get more reps, because he needs more reps, and we all know that. Excited about this guy tremendously. So I want to talk about our kicker, Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott has been perfect all through camp, been perfect with all his kicks through camp. I don't think he's even missed one. He's been practicing from every 45, 35, 30, 55, even 60 yarders. Probably his most, he actually did a 65 yarder. Other than that, he's been making everything. Jake Elliott needs to come in and be more consistent on his kicks. He missed a good amount last year, but came back with some really good ones that counted the most. So, let Jake Elliott do his thing. Rasul Douglas had another up and down day today, okay? So, throwing a perfect pass, a fade pass to Bryce Treggs in the end zone, and would have been a touchdown. Rasul Douglas came up and broke the pass up pretty easily. He had a very hard time covering Shelton Gibson today. From what Shelton Gibson did on that 62-yard touchdown, I was so happy for him, with this preseason game and what Shelton Gibson did. Absolutely amazing. Rasul Douglas is still up and down. So the good thing is he's fighting back, okay? But I don't think he's going to be doing good against speedy receivers. And honestly, Corey Unlin, the cornerback coach, even said with those 2 touchdowns that were caught over his head in that preseason game, literally he put his body in the wrong spot. Like, he just lined himself the wrong way. He either went too far or he went too early. And that's why, guy's lengthy. The guy can use his size to his advantage, long arms, not a bad height, and can make some plays. So Rasul is fighting, and I like that fight inside him. I don't think he's going to be a bad player for this team. I think he will make this team. I don't see why not, depending on what everyone else is doing today. So we'll see about that. So Devontae Bosby starts with the first team slot today. Yeah, starts with the first team slot. So in the nickel spot today, and not really, I don't know, he didn't really do much today. I think, he started today, but, I think he had at least 2 pass breakups today. So he's still getting his hands on the ball, still doing his thing. Sidney Jones being out now, he's probably getting more reps. which is fine with me. He actually had a really good preseason, always getting his hand on the ball, did not fall for the double move. Looking really good out there. Played nickel and played outside in that preseason game as well, if I should add that as well. So Devontae Bosby is still rising to the top as we speak. They had Nate Gary with the first team linebacker weak side. Camus Gruchet-Hill ended up, getting more reps, mixing in later. I see Camus making this team still. Nate Gary is not consistent enough, but he's still making plays. But Camus, I think Camus is going to get this job because of his athleticism. When I saw Dobbs do a little HB toss or a little handoff, and Camus comes in and tackles him behind the line of scrimmage. I like that. Linebackers are conservative and can make tackles and can do shit on their own like he did in that preseason game. I think for as his athleticism and how tough he is, I think he will be in front of Nate Gary moving forward. Even though they have Nate Gary with the first team, I think maybe they see a little bit more from Nate Gary. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out later on. So that's really about it, guys. This was today, so we'll find out more news. What happens to Dallas Goedert tomorrow. Probably not great news. So don't keep your heads up, guys. Nothing wrong with shit happens. Okay, shit happens. Unfortunately, the football gods don't support everybody when they're trying to get better in the season with any fucking team that's out there. So that's really all I got to say, guys. I will see you guys later. I got Mad 19 tonight, so I'm downloading it, which is taking 10 fucking hours. But that's about it. I will see you guys later. So shake spot up. Bye, bye.